So why the Valentine's cards? Well, away back in the year 270, in Rome, the Emperor Claudius II had Valentine. He conducted wedding services, and this was against the law which Claudius had set out. So little wonder that those he had brought together reacted and made sure would not be beheaded but celebrated. So in honor of him, let's think about that one word which our Christ and him said was the most important word of all. For each of us, after Valentine's Day, think of love and briefly take each letter of that four-letter word and see how they might help to define that word of words, that reality of realities. You, I know, could find your words, but can I just suggest mine? When someone, no matter their age or condition, can remember or sense that we are really with them, that will mean so much to them. And doesn't that our listening, as the years go by, must come, yes, with our ears, with our eyes, but also with a loving touch that will mean so much. Just who Owen Daniel, he was Welsh, but recently I came across a very moving poem by Owen Daniel, spoken as it were by someone close to him, perhaps his wife. It's called "Do Not Ask Me to Remember, to Make Me Understand. Let me rest and know you're with me. Kiss my cheek, I'm lost. All I know is that I need you to be with me at all costs. I can't help the way I'm acting the L in love, I would suggest, because everyone is important. A true listening is needed. Moving on, the O for me is out, needed by those close by, which Owen Daniel's poem describes. And we never forget that there's so many charities out there which day by day, very often, here's another one coming through the post, ask our support. Isn't there a closeness to the one or the ones that we contribute? To the love which is out there is called Lawrence's Wells. I brought along It grew out of the love of the mum, whose wee boy of that name, Lawrence, to get on to the roundabout in his nearby village down south, and his mother told me his hearing went, which normally is just a simple thing that happens when we get our earplugs, but from that impairment, it was his mum, as I've said, who told me his story. I was looking after the churches in the Roseneath Peninsula at the time, and I was asked, could I take this service? We had to get together afterwards. Deep down below the earth's surface, there could well be a source of this vital fluid. Couldn't roundabout be built above that deep source, so that eager youngsters in Africa could jump onto it, and up could be drawn the water. And so over in Africa today, we have Lawrence's wells. I meant to get this photocopied for you, but 2 weeks anyway, so I could do that. L for listening, O for out there, that V, especially for younger people. And we're as young as you would like to be, with a lady here who is also. Briefly, can I tell you about Jane Cross? I brought along a letter that she wrote, but again, because the shop was closed, I couldn't really get it photocopied, but I won't read it out. When we were in Helensburgh, just had moved there in 1982, and we drove through Glenfruin. And Glenfruin has a very straight road. It goes on for a good mile, I would think. And we could see this little lady walking away quite briskly, and when we came close to her, but also surprised when I went to her that she lived to be 104. Why? Because as a medical missionary in Africa's Malawi, this Strathclyde girl, born in Bowling, came to realize that not only ill health was so prevalent,